Visual concepts had a strong showing with NBA 2K6 on the PlayStation 2 and Xbox, but it's apparent their development focus has moved on to the Xbox 360 and future generation consoles. NBA 2K7 still has all the great gameplay you've come to expect from the series, but the graphics are starting to show their age, and very little has changed since last year. NBA 2K7 has a plethora of game modes. Quick play and tournament options are largely unchanged, while the Association, which is the game's Dynasty mode, has received some new features. The Association places you in the role of general manager. You'll hire coaches, you'll set practices, make trades, and of course play the games. There's never a shortage of things to do in the Association. You can hire and fire coaches, you can set practices, and even focus on individual players. You can prepare your team for the upcoming NBA draft, and even scout and put players through workouts. New feature this year are 3-player trades, though due to salary cap implications, they're very difficult to pull off. Focusing on your team's chemistry and fatigue levels is important, as they won't give you their best effort if they're tired or they don't get along well. The Association is where you'll probably spend most of your time. It's very realistic, so other than seeing Dwayne Wade win the MVP 5 seasons in a row, there weren't a lot of the anomalies that you see in other simulations. Players retired at realistic ages, as did coaches, and the numbers weren't particularly skewed one way or another. On the PlayStation 2 and Xbox, 24/7 mode is gone, but you can still play Street Ball, which is 1-on-1, 2-on-2, and full and half court, while the 360 has new street-specific moves, such as bouncing the ball off an opponent's head. The PlayStation 2 and Xbox don't have any of those new moves. If you're looking for more depth than what you get in the exhibition play, but you don't want to commit all the time to the Association mode, you can still play a traditional season mode, which gives you plenty of options for controlling your team, and lets you play anywhere from a short season to the full 82-game schedule. In addition to NBA players, you can also play as celebrities, including the Man, Flavor Flav. The controls are very deep, and the game does a great job encouraging you to fully exploit them. To break down defenses, you'll need to use the iso-motion controls, which allow you to perform hesitation moves and crossovers, and break down defenders realistically. A traditional shot can still be done using the face buttons, but if you'd like a little more variety to your shots, you can use the right analog stick to fade away, go up strong, and even pick different kinds of dunks. Defensive controls are also very deep. You can crouch down and really DF the ball handler, you can call for double teams, and if your man-to-man defense is really getting broken down, you can switch to a zone on the fly. The PlayStation 2 and Xbox didn't get the signature style moves of the Xbox 360, but there's still plenty of great shooting animations. Final game scores are noticeably lower this year for a number of reasons. The computer plays solid defense, and you'll see players rotate to cover open shooters, but there's also an ugly side to why the scores are so low. Missed dunks, layups, and wide open jumpers are commonplace, and while you can't expect to hit every shot, repeatedly missing dunks, followed up by missing wide open 10-footers, does get frustrating after a while. While the AI is largely impressive, there are some significant problems. It's not uncommon to see point guards standing at the top of the key, uncovered, just dribbling in place for 10 to 15 seconds. And a lot of times the defense will rotate, but you'll end up with centers covering point guards covering centers. Players also don't seem highly motivated to get to the basket. You can call plays to free up defenders and get to the hoop, but it'd be nice if they were a little more aggressive on their own. The Hall of Fame difficulty does improve this somewhat, but that's certainly not for everybody. NBA 2K7 Online is a great example of how online sports should be done. You can play a quick match, you can play street ball, and you can even set up custom leagues complete with trades. The action is smooth, and while lag makes free throws a little more difficult, it's a great overall experience. From a visual standpoint, the PlayStation 2 and Xbox versions are largely identical to last year. The player models look better on the Xbox than they do on the PlayStation 2. But both of them have a lot of detail, and you'll notice little things like players tracking the ball with their heads as the shot goes past them. The Xbox also has a better frame rate than the PlayStation 2, but during gameplay they're both pretty consistent, though the PlayStation 2 does chug a little bit during replays. NBA 2K7's audio is largely unchanged across all the formats. Kevin Harlan and Kenny Smith call the action, and while they don't have a whole lot of new sayings, they do a reasonably good job of following the action. One nice audio touch is the players are very chatty. You'll hear them call out picks, yell when they're open, and even call out double teams. It goes a long way to adding to the game's realistic feel. NBA 2K7 isn't vastly improved over last year's version, but it's a great basketball simulation and sure to please fans of the series.